Earlier today, the First Lady Aisha Buhari called for a total lockdown of the country in response to the coronavirus pandemic. In a tweet posted by the First Lady's verified Twitter handle, she commended state governors for closing down schools and further requested for a total shutdown so that the country could contain the virus. But then, this didn't go down well with some social media users as they quickly jumped on the tweet to counter the First Lady with claims that widespread hunger will kill Nigerians faster than the virus. These are the comments we got from Twitter. Someone says they should stay at home and eat walls of their houses, Abi. You sit in Aso Rock and tweet with full stomach. Don't let me yab you this morning. Oh. Total lockdown call, total lockdown. Me. Another says, Oga, she's totally right. You need a complete lockdown. The hunger alone is going to turn us into savage breaking down shops, malls, and supermarkets. Then the next thing you see in news is the crime rate in Nigeria has increased, and I won't lie, I'm going to be among them. Someone says, on the same move, no electricity, ma, house will be boring. And someone said, not all of them are salary workers, ma. Some have to go to shop and other business place to get what they can eat. In this case, saying staying at home can't work unless you are going to provide them with basic necessity of life, ma. Long life Nigeria. So how will people feed? How the federal government set out as the government federal government set out funds to cater for people staying at home. So this is very much possible and will really help. uh Nigeria needs to suspend all other spending now and spend on containing the virus and feeding people during this tough time. Get a delivery van to get the food delivered to houses through local government, and it should be strictly monitored. And what will the parents who make money on a daily and depend on that to feed their families do? Stay at home and watch their kids die of hunger? Some say she's very, very far from the realities on the street. Inconsiderate lots. A total lockdown is impossible in Nigeria, not with one room apartments with no sanitary, toiletry, and running water provisions. Folk must congregate to share water, share toilets, and kitchen, etc. With no credit card, markets will continue to thrive daily. Another says that we know we know we know, but it will save more lives than no lockdown at all. We have to try the very least. Stay at home and eat walls and ceiling. Someone said the biggest challenge is not to stay at home, but the fear of hunger. Many people depend on daily income. If they don't go out, they can't feed. So the struggle now is between hunger and coronavirus. The government should give stipends or relief materials to people for now. Someone says they should stay at home and eat the walls of their houses, Abi. Yes, Olga, she's right. Repeating what has been said. So, guys, that is Nigerians' reactions. Those are the reactions that we are getting from Nigerians. In all of this, I know that Nigeria are angry with the political class and want to lash out on them. But the First Lady, to me, made a good suggestion, which we should all support if we are all focused on stopping the spread of the virus, of this virus. We all agree that most countries in Europe are facing huge surge in cases of coronavirus because of widespread social interaction. If they had closed down their countries a long time ago, the virus may have been contained earlier than now. We have to all understand that we don't have to wait till we start recording lots of death before we get up and act. The lack, brokenness, and loss of profit our business will suffer during this lockdown is the price we have to all pay for the greater good of saving our lives. So, guys, we talked about this when the First Lady made a submission yesterday that the total lockdown will be the best way. Of course, that is just the best way. But But there is but there. That is just the best way to go. But the but there is that they must prepare. They have to, in as much they want to go into total lockdown, or they want, or she's suggesting, and that is just the best advice. If the government is not thinking in that line, I know they know about these things, but do you know the problem is that when you don't save for the raining day, when you don't make your environment conducive, see all of them now, majority of them are catching this whole thing. Majority of them, even little sickness that does not involve this corona whatever, they can't even go abroad because any slightest opportunity, they are already out of the country. They are already out of the country, irrespective of whatever, outside this corona of a thing. They can't go. They cannot move an inch now as it is now. They have to stay put and depend on Nigerian doctors. And you can't even import doctors as we speak. So that is what we've been talking about. That is what they don't know, they don't get. Now with all the money they have now, it cannot save them. They cannot fly anywhere. You have to stay in Nigeria. If you have done the needful, if all this, the reason why it is very easy for the people in Europe or other countries to have a total lockdown, because they already have this biometric. They know who is who. They know every house is, is in their data system. Every house, the whole place is well structured. But we don't have a structured system here. And that is why it's going to be difficult, because they know at the end of the day, everything will be in disarray. Maybe this one will not help them to be able to put things in order. Because believe you me, it will be possible. Adibin, we have a, what is it called, structured environment. Structured environment. If you tell people to stay down in their house with the kind of weather we have, there's no electricity and what have you. That one can really be managed for the now. But the issue now is that even when people don't have electricity, they have to go to the, what is it called, to filling station to go and buy petrol or fuel to fill their disease, so that they can overcome that heat. They will overcome that heat. And we are hearing now that there's going to be scarcity of fuel is looming. What do we have to say to that? No, there's no electricity for people to even sit down at home, be watching TV, and they will relax. They will be in a very good atmosphere. I'm talking about those who work on a daily basis until they go out before they will eat. That is exactly everything that people have said. That is just the reality on ground. Now she's suggesting that then she should have known. Well, of course, she's just suggesting that and telling them, because she's not the one that will tell them what to do. So those who are saddled with that responsibility to take that decision should know what and what follows, because even if it is like that in the other country, they have a welfare package for them. They have a, what they call, stimulus. They are going to give everybody. But now, whether our place is structured or is not structured, now the government will be forced to do the needful. They will be forced, in as much as they are forced to stay back in this country, they will be forced to do the needful. Now, all of these things are not rocket science. It's just because of, greed, lack of, they are not concerned about the welfare of the masses, and wickedness. They always talk about themselves, selfishness. Those are the things that have been worrying them. It is me, myself, my family. I don't care. So now they will be forced to do the needful. This is the time they will be forced to do the needful. People must stay at home. You must stay at home just to make sure that this virus does not spread. But the most important thing, the government, they will do it. They just have to. They don't have choice. They don't have choice, because, like we know, this thing does not know whether you are highly placed or you are lowly placed. You must, it can get anywhere, because they themselves, they will be avoiding that. And you cannot keep people at home without, you must provide. It is a must. You must provide for them, unless you want the whole thing to spread. And it will get to you. You have no place to run to. The politicians, the leaders, they have no place. As we speak now, they have no place to run to. Everybody must be in their house. Unlike before, any little thing, if any bagage just happen, they don't carry their bag. They don't fly. Fly, I go. But now, nothing like that. Unless those ones who have stopped overseas, but majority of them are in Nigeria. Majority of them, as we speak, they've all come back. Some of them are even avoiding screening. We've learned that some of the lawmakers, whether they are infected or whatever, but that is a story for another day. But as we speak, they have to do the needful. If really they want to curb this whole thing of a virus not to spread, They have to do the needful. It is not enough to close down churches, to close down gatherings. The main place is where you have the marketplaces. Because our place is not structured, I don't even know how they're going to go about that. But now it will force them to think. Majority of them, they are not ready to think. But with what we have now, with the situation on ground, they must think. They must be forced to think. Who tell you that they don't know what they are doing? They know what they are doing. They go abroad. Even Aisha, the daughter, just came back. I don't just know why. I don't just know why people cannot speak the truth for once. All of them, they know what is happening. They've been going to all these developed countries from time immemorial. What have they done? Nothing. Just copy and paste. It has the problem. But they can make budget for themselves, recurrent expenditure just for them. At the end of the day, what do they have to to fund infrastructure? No, nothing. Nothing on ground. They will hear it this time around. Honestly speaking, they will hear it. All of them, they will hear it. We are just starting. They will hear it. UK has just started their own lockdown today because it's because of the what happened in Italy, because people did not want to obey. So everybody must cooperate. But I assure Nigerians, I know that for a fact. Somebody will say, how do you know? Yes, I know that for a fact. If everybody sits down at home, they have no choice. All the money they've stacked in those places they know they've stacked them, they will bring them house. We have the money. The problem is that the money is being shared within just few people. So once they share it, nothing will be left for the masses. But now they must share that money and fend for the people, because if not, it will affect everybody. If they don't do it, it will affect everybody, and they love their lives as well. So, guys, those who are calling out Aisha Buhari, of course, they are very, very right. Aisha is right. The masses are right. So the government must do the needful. The government must what? Must do the needful. People cannot just be sitting at home without anything. Those who go on a daily basis to fend for themselves, how do they cope? Even some of the workers, they've not been paid for how many months? But of course, that's the right thing to say. And that's the for her to have said, and that is the right thing the masses are even saying as well. Someone says, will you shut up your smelly mouth, dear woman? Now copying Western world is okay. It's advisable to stay at home, but can you, these lying governments of APC and Buhari, bring food to people's doorstep when hunger has already finished people, or wants hunger to finish people? You are out like rabbits. What will you do? Now we need prayers. May God help us. This is not time. We need prayer, but reality are setting. They must do the needful. Since someone say yes, we will do it, and you too should do as others country do. Of course, they have to do it. They have to do it. They love their lives as well. They have to do it. That is just the important thing. They have to do it. They have to do it. So she has said her own. Nigerians have said their own. Let the government, if really they are serious and sincere, it's not enough to close down churches and all those clubs and what have you. You have to do the nitty gritty, the whole thing. If there's more, if you want to curb the whole thing, everywhere must be on lockdown, and you must play your responsibility. You must play your own duty. As far as other countries are doing the same thing, Nigerians, they don't have problem with that. The world powers are so looked down on God, thinking is just God of Jews. He is the God of whole heart. We are all accountable to him. So repent and fear God. Some say total lockdown will be worse than corona. From the point of view, staying at home is good for the people who consider the life of their people, not like Nigeria, who are not considerate. Our leader put hatred on the citizens who voted them. Please, Our Excellency, it is not under consideration for us to stay at home because this federal government cannot feed us. They will feed us. I don't know when you are making excuses for them. They will feed us. They will feed us. The money that few of them are sharing, they will bring it out. They will feed us. Then they should tell us what they have been doing. Of course, they're going to blame PDP that because of the economy is somehow now, because of 16 years of a PDP misrule. So they have not been able to save. Let us hear now all the recovered loot. Where are they? And this diversification they've been talking about, they've not been able to do anything. Let's see what will happen. Nigeria should stop making excuses for them. We have the money. Let there be a total lockdown, and they will do the needful. So, guys, let's hear your opinion.